Butterfly Kids, The 7 Magical Steps.
Come with us to our land of dreams, with magical creatures and crystal streams. Come with us to our place of love, where we can fly in the stars above. Butterfly kids, we stick together. Butterfly kids, we're friends forever. Butterfly kids, join the adventure. Butterfly kids, we are the Butterfly Kids.
Step 3.
I am powerful because I can choose what to think and how I feel.
The winter had been filled with fun for the Butterfly Kids. However, the winter was now drawing to an end, and the early signs of spring were showing. Power, who was a brilliant artist and singer, sat on Birch's branch all by herself. She felt so miserable. All winter long she had promised herself that with each new picture she painted, she would grow wings and turn into a butterfly kid. Unfortunately, no matter how hard Power tried to believe in herself, she just kept on worrying that she wasn't good or pretty enough to become a butterfly kid.
Power!
Shouted Can, waving. Power looked up and attempted a smile when she saw Can fly over. His wings flapped him across the branch.
Are you alright?
Asked Can.
You're looking a bit down. I'm fine.
Answered Power, full of sadness.
I know. Why don't you come with us to help collect pollen for the bees?
Suggested Can, whose toes were full of pollen from the flowers.
I just want to be left alone.
Sighed Power, her thoughts telling her that she really didn't deserve to be a butterfly kid.
Well, I'll leave you alone if that's what you really want. I just don't like to see one of my friends looking so sad. Talking about how I feel makes me feel better, and it might make you feel better too. Just remember, if you need to talk about anything, you speak to me anytime. That's what friends are for,
said Can. Power remembered how not so long ago, Can was a worried kid just like herself. It seemed hard to believe now. Can never seemed to worry anymore. He always seemed confident and happy.
I wish I knew how to stop worrying,
thought Power, her little eyes filling with tears. As a tear rolled down Power's cheek, she rubbed her eyes. When she opened her eyes again, she noticed a flattened piece of ground. It seemed to be blocked off with spikes of wood and was guarded by army ants. It seemed to appear from nowhere.
What's that closed off area over there? I don't think I've seen it before. Can we go look?
She asked, trying to forget her worries. Even though Can knew this place well, he wanted Power to find out for herself. So he called Magic to help fly her over. They each took one of Power's hands and flitted up and landed with her inside the wooden boundaries. They gave a smile and a thank you to the army ants. Otherwise, they would have been asked to leave as soon as they landed. The army ants never allowed rudeness from any of the forest creatures. Good manners were expected from all visitors.
What a strange place,
remarked Power as she looked around. Can and Magic stood a little behind Power.
I wonder what all these rubbish bins are for,
questioned Power.
They certainly are not being used for all this rubbish lying on the ground. Taking
a closer look, she noticed that some of the rubbish bins had names on them. One read clumsy and another said stupid. There was idiot, dweeb, fatso and skinny as well.
Let's open one and see what's inside,
suggested Power. She couldn't stand the suspense any longer. She reached for the rubbish bin, labelled ugly. The lids were heavy and Can came over to help her pull. They struggled before they lifted the lid. Power leant over the lip of the bin. There, at the bottom, were the most stinky, gloomy words Power had ever seen or smelt.
Yucky,
she said as she blocked her nose.
It stinks, it's sickening.
Can lost his grip on the lid and it slammed closed with a bang. Screeched a big tomcat. The noise from the rubbish bin startled him. He raced off from behind another bin, knocking it over. They all got such a fright that their hearts pounded in their throats. Once it all was quiet again and they were sure it was safe, Tomcats were known to eat butterfly kids. They crept up to the fallen rubbish bin. Lots of stinky words started floating out, like dweeb and clumsy and stupid. It smelt like rotten eggs. Can and Magic knew it was time to explain.
You see, Power, all kids must learn to throw away bad thoughts that make them feel horrible and worried and sad.
Can spoke while he lifted up the rubbish bin lid.
You see, these words once belonged to me before. I threw them away.
Can admitted, pointing to the words.
I thought I was slow, clumsy, that nobody liked me.
Power couldn't believe that Can used to worry about not being good enough, just like her,
You see,
added Can.
when we throw away our bad thoughts that make us feel sad and worried, they get dumped in these worry bins. Then we're free to feel good about ourselves.
So you mean by dumping my worries and bad feelings sets me free to become a butterfly kid?
Power asked excitedly as she began to understand exactly what the worry bins were used for.
Exactly. It's something all kids have to learn. It helps them feel happy and free to grow their wings.
Magic flapped her beautiful lilac wings and laughed.
It's time to feel happy and free.
Said Magic with a big grin.
Now take a deep breath and collect all those worrying thoughts. Bring them into your tummy. Get ready to blow them all away.
Power took a deep breath, and then she took another, even deeper breath, while Can and Magic held the lid of the worry bin to keep it open. Then Magic shouted,
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Can and Magic lifted the lid even higher, and Power blew all her worries into the worry bin. Can and Magic laughed as her little body brightened. At last, Power was free to feel good about herself. She started giggling at herself.
I understand how silly I've been. I let my bad thoughts in my mind make me think I'm not good enough or pretty enough. Now I know how to clean out my mind by simply blowing my worries away.
The three friends held hands and flew off singing. Power's beautiful red wings flapped between Magic's pink wings and Can's blue wings. To this day, hundreds of butterfly kids are seen flying from the rubbish dump, singing the same song.
When you are worried and you're feeling blue, here's a little something that you can do. You don't have to feel scared or scream and shout. Just take a deep breath in and blow your worries out. When you are worried and you're feeling blue, here's a little something that you can do. You don't have to feel scared or scream and shout. Just take a deep breath